Hey guys, I'm always trying to pump you up to go out there and do some of this cold approach stuff, and I want to just share one more thing with you guys today and give you a little bit more of an analogy, let's say, that hopefully you can keep in the back of your mind when you're out there doing what you do, pursuing women, pursuing love, pursuing relationships, all this kind of stuff. And this might sound like kind of a funny thing, but I really think there is a true nature to this stuff that is certainly present when you're doing this stuff. But approaching them in the wild, right? Being out in the real world, cold approaching a woman during normal daylight hours sorts of settings and sorts of situations, that's the wild, right? The wild open world. It's kind of like the analogy that I draw here is like when you choose to go online, you choose to seek those options and shop those options and do those things, like it's kind of like eating dog food. It's kind of like going to the store, going to the supermarket, looking at this big aisle and all the shelf and all these bags of dog food that are on the shelf there. And pretty much with online dating, you're kind of just picking one maybe at random. If you never tried this brand before, you never tried this flavor, you're just hoping that it tastes good and hoping that it pans out. But all the while, right, it's just you're going to the store. There's no hunt involved in that. There's no pursuit necessarily involved with that. It's all there for the taking, let's say. And even the quote unquote taking, like it may or may not work out for you, it may or may not pan out for you, but oftentimes, and oddly enough, like what you end up with at the end of the day, it doesn't always taste that great. It's not always the best experience. It's certainly not exciting to go down to the store, buy a bag of dog food, and chow down on that and eat it, whatever it is. It's kind of like it's not the most premium thing you could do. It's not the most exciting thing you could do. It's not the greatest thing you could do for yourself, okay? Plain and simply. On the other hand, think about a lion, a true through and through strong, powerful, confident animal in a lot of arguable senses. The man that goes out in the world and cold approaches is quite like the lion. You know what the lion gets to do? The lion gets to have the excitement of the chase, the excitement of the pursuit, the adventure of it all. Not only that, though, the lion typically gets the freshest prime cuts of whatever he's after, okay? Whatever that looks like to you, whatever type of girl you're after, whatever that is. It's different for all of us, but odds are when you cold approach and you do this stuff, you're going to end up with, like I said, the fresher prime rib product that's more what you're after, and along the way, you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun. I know that sounds weird. I know that this stuff scares the hell out of a lot of you guys, but there's such a noticeable contrast between the guys in this life that go after what they want. They have that excitement of approaching women in the wild, of doing this stuff. It's just so much more of a rewarding and fulfilling situation I've found in my life versus the contrast of trying to date online, trying to shop the dog food, trying to go through all the, this array of options, or this, I like to say, the illusion of options that the online realm makes you actually think you have, when the reality is you don't really have that much options at the end of the day, or at least ones that are actually going to pan out for you. But a contrast there, guys, to when you go into the wild, you approach them in the wild, you get the thrill of the chase, you get a much more direct, oftentimes tangible result out of those situations when you put yourself up to it, when you grow the courage to do this stuff. It's more than likely going to yield you more quickly, more of what you want, versus taking the dog food route, okay? I know that sounds funny. I know some people might think it's wrong to personify people in such a regard, dog food versus wild food in the wild that you can go out and hunt for, but it's kind of like that. That's human nature. As much as some people might not like to hear that described in such a way, that's what you get, guys, when you go out there and cold approach. So remember that. I think you want to be the lion. I think you want to be eating the fresh prime rib, the best cuts of meat that you could possibly get. Odds are that's only going to come in your life when you do something like this cold approach stuff, or you do something in the real world that's just a different tack, a different approach, a different avenue versus going online, shopping for dog food, eating dog food the rest of your life. It's not that great. I think you guys know this. I hope you see this. I hope you use this as just a little bit of fuel to fire you up and to get you out there to do some of this cold approach stuff, guys, okay? All right, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Talking real soon.